Wake that ass up. Early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.
Good morning, everybody. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa is filling in for Jess Hilarious. Let's get in some front page news. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning. Good morning. As I told y'all yesterday, we are broadcasting from the DNC, and y'all saw what was going on, right? There was a lot happening last night.
Yes.
So Vice President Kamala Harris, she took the stage at the Democratic National Convention in Chicago on Monday night. She welcomed the crowd and spoke about the upcoming election and thanked President Biden for his leadership and achievements. Let's hear more from Harris.
I want to kick us off by celebrating our incredible President Joe Biden. Looking out at everyone tonight, I see the beauty of our great nation. People from every corner of our country and every walk of life are here. This November, we will come together and declare with one voice, as one people, we are moving forward.
Mm-hmm. So Harris told the delegates that this was going to be a great week, and she will also accept the presidential nomination officially on Thursday. Now, former President Donald Trump, he's going after the VP just as the DNC is kicking off. Now, while campaigning in the battleground state of Pennsylvania yesterday, Trump claimed that Harris would be soft on crime if she was elected. And he also said that Harris wants immigrants to vote for her. Let's hear more from former President Trump.
She wants to defund the police, abolish cash bail. She wants to abolish it immediately, cash bail. And she wants them to vote illegally if possible. Any way they can vote. They don't care if it's legal or not.
So Trump went on to say that when Harris was the so-called border czar in the Biden administration, she allowed millions of immigrants to pour into the U.S. He added that he believes Harris wants them, again, to vote for Democrats illegally. Meanwhile, Republican vice presidential nominee J.D. Vance, he's going to be in Georgia this week to rally at Valdosta. Now, something very fascinating that's happening at the DNC. Free medication, abortions, and vasectomies are available outside the DNC.
What?
Wow.
Yes. What? Yeah, I know, right? Planned Parenthood has parked a bus near the convention site in Chicago where anyone can get free services. So if you're in Chicago and you need some stuff going on or you're in the nearby area, I'm sure this is something that's available to you. The organization is a strong supporter of course, presidential hopeful Harris, and wants to make the abortion issue, women's reproductive health, a front and center thing now. Also outside the event is a giant inflatable IUD set up by another abortion rights group. So you guys watched last night, right? And we'll get into more of the speakers in the next hour, but what did you guys think so far?
I mean, like I said, I thought it was good last night. You know, Hillary gave a fantastic speech. Jasmine Crockett gave a fantastic speech. AOC gave a good speech. Ralph Warnock gave a great speech. And I think it's respectful how Democrats are constantly pushing the narrative that President Biden made the decision to step down and he was selfless. Like that's good. But the reality is they know he couldn't win. They know it was the low polling numbers and the low approval ratings and corporate donors who said they wouldn't give him another dime. But the narrative they're pushing looks good.
It was great energy for day one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was great energy
And I
for
don't
day
understand
one.
why CNN, I mean, I guess I do get it, but I was watching it on CNN, but it's just like they kept showing all the protesters outside. Like they're looking for another narrative to tell. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure there was protesters outside the RNC, but I didn't see them showing that.
But that's the controversy.
Exactly.
They got it. That's what. It's a cable news network. What do you think they're going to do?
A couple of them got arrested. But like you said, they didn't do that at the RNC.
Because the controversy at the RNC was Trump the first time after he was shot. They showed him.
Yeah,
It was
I guess,
stoic.
yeah,
Like, you
you're
got to
right.
think about the angles here. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely. Not to say that there weren't any protesters at the RNC, though. Hello? Okay.
Right.
But we'll get into more later in the next hour.
All right. Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Again, 800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up. Early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa is filling in for Jess. And let's get back in some front page news. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning. Good morning. So, yeah, as we talked about previously in the last hour, President Biden spoke at the DNC. It was the first night of the Democratic National Convention. He said he's not mad at Democrats who said he should drop out of the race. And speaking to delegates in Chicago on Monday night, Biden said it was the honor of his lifetime to be president. He added that Harris will keep fighting crime if elected and that Trump does not tell the truth. Let's hear more from President Biden.
And all this talk about how I'm angry at all those people who said I should step down, that's not true. Violent crime has dropped to the lowest level of more than 50 years. And crime will keep coming down when we put a prosecutor in the Oval Office instead of a convicted felon. Trump continues to lie about the border. Here's what he won't tell you. Trump killed the strongest bipartisan border deal in the history of the United States.
I love how he positioned that when he was talking about putting a prosecutor in the Oval Office, because he didn't say, Kamala is going to be tough on crime. He just said that crime was going to continue to keep coming down. I thought that was very well positioned for everyone who always tries to use her being a prosecutor against her, which I think is a strength in this campaign, personally.
Well, Biden added that it was the best decision that he could make to appoint Harris as his vice president, and the Harris-Walz ticket will make sure democracy lives on. Now, he also told the crowd that he loves America, and he did his best for the country. He said, "We are in a battle for the soul of the nation." And of course, Donald Trump is only stoking fears for votes.
And
now,
meanwhile,
I
like how he kept how he reminded people that Donald Trump shot down that border bill, which is something that I don't think Democrats
a lot of
speak to
people
enough.
No,
I don't think they speak to that enough. That the fact that there was a bipartisan border bill on the table that Donald Trump literally said, no, do not pass because it will give President Biden a victory in the White House. Wait till I get in to pass it.
Mm-hmm. So meanwhile, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, she hit the stage for the DNC in Chicago on Monday. She received quite the standing ovation. It was like crazy. I've never seen that type of support on a public stage for her. Of course, she spoke about former President Trump as well. And she said that Harris is the right choice for the White House. Let's hear more from former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton.
Something is happening in America. You can feel it. Something we've worked for and dreamed of for a long time. Donald Trump fell asleep at his own trial, and when he woke up, he made his own kind of history. The first person to run for president with 34 felony convictions. As commander-in-chief, Kamala won't disrespect our military and our veterans.
By the way, you all are never going to make me feel bad about voting for Hillary Clinton, okay? I voted for her in 2016. We had her up here on the Breakfast Club twice that year. Mm-hmm. I don't regret it in any way, shape, or form. I thought she gave a fantastic speech last night. And she's also the reason we need to stop saying America won't vote for a woman. I've said that a bunch of times myself, but then you think about it, she had, 65+ million votes?
Popular vote.
Yeah, 2016, yeah.
Over 2.7 million more of the popular vote than Donald Trump. Yep. America is willing to go out there and vote for a woman.
Who tried to make you feel bad for voting for her?
Niggas.
Really?
Yeah.
That was another one in my household that you didn't have a choice.
And we thought she was winning. We actually went to her victory party.
Y'all brought hot sauce?
No, we didn't bring
hot sauce. But I mean, I took my daughter because I thought that we were about to see something historic.
Yeah.
So
dang, y'all was in the party and it was like, nope. What?
Yeah, that we was in there, and then you just start seeing people leaving slowly and surely.
That's crazy.
Like, but Hillary was. I mean, it just felt like at the time she wasn't popular,
right?
To ride with. You know what I mean?
It for sure.
She wasn't popular to vote for. Not even just black people, white people too. People just she wasn't popular, but 65+ million people did vote for her.
That's crazy.
Yeah, well, getting back on the topic of our people, I attended the DNC Black Caucus meeting where a host of officials, including Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett and others, were on panels talking about things like misinformation, disinformation, women in leadership, things of that nature as it applies to the Black community. And of course, Democratic vice presidential nominee Tim Walz, he made a surprise appearance during that session. And he talked about white people not being concerned with the Black community until it's time to vote. Now, my favorite speaker was the headliner of that session, Dr. Michael Eric Dyson. Yes, he headlined the Black Caucus meeting at the DNC yesterday. And he said he wanted to make 2 points. So let's hear more from Dyson.
First of all, for those who are mad that Kamala is a prosecutor or was a prosecutor, you heard the Congresswoman already say we got neighborhoods where we depend upon the intervention of the police state in order to preserve some kind of dignity. We're not trying to celebrate lawlessness. We just want the cops, when they show up, to understand that we are American citizens and don't be shooting us and don't be killing us and don't be murdering us. Number two, some people are mad because Kamala ain't got a black man. You had a chance to put a ring on it. You didn't. The white boy stood up.
Right. And
Now don't go reminding us of that now, Michael Eric Dyson. Now, Michael is a generational wordsmith, by the way. Mm-hmm. Generational wordsmith.
He definitely had the words, the alliterations. It was a beautiful thing. And I mean, the crowd definitely went wild on that note. And as you guys mentioned, of course, speaking at the DNC, New York Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, South Carolina Congressman Jim Clyburn, Maryland Representative Jamie Raskin, Jasmine Crockett, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, Raphael Warnock, Representative Raphael Warnock, Senator Chris Coons, Jill Biden spoke. She took the stage, and Mickey Guyton performed. I love me a black country music artist, so I think that was super dope.
I want to salute Representative Jamie Raskin in Maryland too. Salute to him for calling out that Donald Trump's Supreme Court justices may try to steal the election if folks don't come out, and vote in a landslide. I thought that was really good. And also, too, I salute to my guy, Michael Eric Dyson. I love Michael Eric Dyson. I don't think the interracial thing is as big a deal as people make it outside of Twitter. Like, I think that's some social media noise that, I don't even think should be addressed really in the real world. I don't think people care
that?
Like that.
Oh, I'm surprised you're saying that.
I don't. I mean, I believe in black love, but I don't care who you choose to love. I like seeing black men with black women, but I'm not sitting around tripping.
All right.
Yeah, we're not going to not vote for her because she got a white man.
Exactly.
Well,
period.
I'm not.
Okay, so
anyway.
So that's your front page news. I'm Morgan Wood. You can follow me on socials at Morgan Media, MorgynMedia, and make sure you're checking out the Black Information Network as well. We've got your news coverage and live updates from the DNC. Make sure you download that free iHeartRadio app and listen at BINnews.com. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Morgan.
Wake that ass up early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.